Greetings, viewers. It is time for the third weekly challenge, which is the lightweight K-Cup on the streets of Willow Springs. We have a 400 performance point hard limit, which seems a little odd to me, that. What the usual? Yeah, this is a custom. Looks like a customized race for the weekly challenges. Just out of it. Oh, here we go. Here's the. Oh, look what we have at 398. And look what we have at 399. Oh, so maybe it's not that customized. It has to be comfort softs. Fascinating. So let us go to our garage. I'm looking in the garage. Yeah, that's on comfort softs. That's at 399.54. Oh, that's on sports softs. So that's 160s and a low range down to the 120s. Let us try, because it is streets of Willow Springs. It's very tight and twisty. Alright. We will attempt it with the Jimny. If we can't do it with the Jimny, we'll come back and jump in the cappuccino. But we will attempt. Now I've put the low range box in. and because I have a feeling that it's a very short, tight, twisty course, and a lot of this is a la four-wheel drives, because a lot of them do have a high and low ratio shift. It gives you all the gears at both ratio sets. So we will drop it into the low ratio for this, and I'll just go through the build quickly. We have a fully customizable suspension, set fairly low, with reasonably stiff, moderately stiff anti-roll bars, and a very stiff suspension with plenty of negative camber front and rear. Slight toe out at the front, slight toe in at the rear, fully customizable diff. Set slightly differently front and rear. We have 10 20 10s at the front, 10 30 20s at the rear, running the torque vectoring centered differential at 1090s, so pretty much rear wheel drive. We have no downforce on this vehicle. There's no aero package. I believe we have the wide body kit on. Looks like we do have the wheel, but that just added the wheel arches really. We have a fully customizable ECU set to 100%. We have 1 kilogram of ballast. Set 7 points to the rear. We have a fully customizable manual transmission set to 120 kilometers an hour, which is less than 100 miles an hour. It's about 75 miles an hour top speed with a manual stretch. So what are we looking at there? Really, we're at 1275, about 90 miles an hour, around about 90 miles an hour top speed. We have no turbocharger. No added turbocharger. It comes with its own turbocharger, with which we have applied an anti-lag system to weak. We have a racing intercooler, we have a racing air cleaner, silencer and exhaust manifold. We have carbon brakes with racing brake pads. We have a hydraulic handbrake set to maximum torque. We have a brake controller set 1 point to the rear. We have a steering angle adapter to give us more steering angle. That will come in very useful on these tight twisty bends. We have a racing clutch and flywheel, and we have a carbon propeller shaft, and we have every available irreversible upgrade applied, apart from titanium connecting rods and pistons. And the reason I didn't put that on, I believe, is because although it added horsepower, it reduced torque, and I didn't want to reduce the torque on a little four-wheel drive off-road vehicle that has very little power anyway. If I just go to that, oh, in fact I'm chatting absolute rubbish, it doesn't do anything to the torque, it just increases the horsepower, but then it does take us over the 400. But then I could reduce that with ballast, could dial that back with ballast. So I wonder why I did leave that off. Maybe because this wasn't the original tune. Just let me check something. If we put the bigger turbos on, and it's rally setup, or it's off-road setup, should I say. Street low range. So if we go to the dirt now, where we do have the high RPM turbocharger on and a lot more brake horsepower, just let me slight reduction in torque. And probably me, I did like it having 150 brake horsepower on the button rather than 158, that we couldn't increase to 160 or anything rounded off. That may explain things. Probably a victim of my OCD. So, all that aside, car settings back to street low range gearbox. And GT Auto, let's put the racing suit on. And just a quick heads up before we head out to the race. This vehicle does have two liveries available. For it. That's without the spare wheel. And with the spare wheel. So you're very welcome to go and pick either or both of those up for your collection. I believe today, as we're in the street version on the comfort tyres, we do have the spare wheels still on. So 5 laps of this. Like I say, I don't know if we're going to be even competitive in this vehicle. We might have to run back for the cappuccino. I'm hoping that we can bring it with a Jimny at this performance point level. The main problem that the Jimny has against the much smaller vehicles is the top end speed. It is rather lacking in you know, at the top end of the box for high speed. It does have a bit more weight than some of the K cars and the aerodynamics of a flying brick. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue here, and I'm really hoping that the high level of tuning and the rally tuning, giving it the things like that, the hydraulic handbrake, which does come in useful, and the increased turning capability will help us out, but we'll see. This is an adventure. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. And we're off. go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Slight dab of the handbrake there, another one there, trying to keep it in third and keep the momentum up. Okay, we've reached the front pack, there they are. We're in 5th place. With 2 laps to go. Inside of that guy. Try and come on the inside of this guy without hitting him. Alright, 3rd place now into the last lap. Got to take these 2. Got to try and take them cleanly as well. Nearly ran wide there. Seems to be our... Oh, don't overdo it. That seems to be our favourite passing place. And there we go, taking the lead. Just got to try and keep it together now. close, tight little race that was. That was a lot of fun. I love my Jimny. Did we manage to get the clean race bonus? Did we? Oh, 30,000, I don't know. Was it 20,000 for the race? With a 10,000 bonus, or was it 30 and it should have been 45 with a clean and we haven't got it? I didn't look at the beginning. Yeah, it was 30 and we didn't get the clean race bonus. But we had a lot of fun nevertheless. I probably did have some slight contacts on the way through that field, but it's such a tight little track. I was in a great big Jimny. Compared to the other cars, I was rather large. Love the graphics on this car, love the detailing, both interior and exterior. Love everything about this little Jimny. Such a fun little car. So the low gear ratio pretty much perfect around here. It was right at the top of the box, topping out at 90 miles an hour, which was absolutely, did it once. It wasn't really on the main straight because that's uphill. Where we are now, it was the back straight where it tops out. Actually looking at, they're not really wider than some of these cars, so I can't really use that as an excuse, being in a bigger car. She's not that much bigger looking at it, it's just taller. That's slightly wider by a couple of inches, you know, but not massively so. It's just such a tight little twisty circuit, and it was a fairly tight race. I had to get the overtakes in somehow, and I've probably brushed a couple of the competitors, unfortunately. Yeah, like things like that. But was that me or was that him? I don't know. As far as I'm aware, I kept it within the bounds of the circuit. to lap 3. This was my fastest lap. Let's go back to the driver view for some of the purists. There it was, my fastest lap, a 1:34.037. Away we go. Maybe that was the clean race loss there. Touch his door and I go up the inside. One and then nearly ran it off, managed to keep it. But got the job done in that corner. Comes back on me there, puts two wheels onto the dirt to do it. Bouncing over the curb there, in the right vehicle for that, taking the curbs very well. And across the line. So the Jimny coming through, not having to return to the garage and reach for the cappuccino. Perfectly capable on these lower speed courses, like I said, does struggle. There's one of the K-car races on Tokyo Expressway, and Jimny struggles there because of the lack of top speed. But absolutely fine around Willow Springs, and that was a fun little race. I enjoyed that. Yeah, what an absolute pleasure this little car is. I love my Jimny. I might even put a decal on that says that. I heart my Jimny. If you did like the video, please leave a like. If you're watching and not subscribed, please consider subscribing and get notifications of upcoming content, including the last 2 remaining weekly challenges. And thank you for the view.